sky was turning black, walking down old Cypress Highway with a storm cloud at her back. A red dress dancing in the wind like fire against the gray. Every truck that passed slowed down, but she never looked their way. Nobody knew where she'd come from, nobody knew her name. But before the night was over, the whole town felt the same, like she stepped out of a ghost story or an old southern dream, the kind that leaves you wondering what was real and what it seemed. The thunder rolled, the street lights glowed, and every eye followed where she'd go. Red dress in the rain, burning through the storm. Red dress in the rain, like a heart refused in the morn. The lightning couldn't touch her, the wind couldn't make her sway. Red dress in the rain, still walking through the gray. She stopped inside the roadhouse where the jukebox played too loud. The room went quiet for a moment, like she'd stolen all the sound. An old man near the corner dropped his whiskey to the floor, said he knew that face from somewhere, from a lifetime before. Then she smiled and kept on moving toward the river by the tracks, while the rain came down in sheets and the night turned almost black. Some followed from a distance but lost her in the storm, like she belonged to something beyond this world we've known. The river rose, the cold wind blew, and every rumor started growing roots. Red dress in the rain, burning through the storm. Red dress in the rain, like a heart refusing to mourn. The lightning couldn't touch her, the wind couldn't make her sway. Red dress in the rain, still walking through the gray. Boots stomping, chains rattling, thunder crashing, night unraveling. A flash of red, a flash of light, then she vanished into the night. Red dress in the rain, still haunting every tale. Red dress in the rain, like a ship without a sail. The storm moved on by morning, but the legend still remains of the woman no one found in the red dress and the rain. The highway runs through Cypress, the river keeps a name, and every time the thunder comes, they remember the rain. fields, fences, dreams, and pride. Every spring we'd watch it rise, like a thief with the tide. It swallowed roads and memories, cut deep through family land, left scars across the valley, like a mark from a giant hand. My grandfather cursed that water, my father feared its name. But fear becomes a prison when you keep feeding the flame. So when the clouds rolled in again and the warning sirens cried, we didn't pack up and run this time. We stood our ground and tried. The sky turned black, the wind blew wild, but nobody ran, nobody hid. Reclaim the river, take back what it stole. Reclaim the river, body, land, and soul. We ain't fighting water, we're fighting fear inside. Reclaim the river, tonight we turn the tide. The tractors, the welders brought their steel, the preacher brought determination and the kind of faith you feel. We built the walls together through rain and mud and pain, side by side beneath the thunder, refusing to break again. The river hit like fury, but this town refused to bend. 'Cause some things are worth saving again and again. And when the morning finally came, the water started falling back, leaving sunlight on the valley and hope upon its track. The storm moved on, the clouds gave way, and every heart had something to say. Reclaim the river, take back what it stole. Reclaim the river, body, land, and soul. We ain't fighting water, we're fighting fear inside. Reclaim the river, tonight we turn the tide. Chains pulling, hammers ringing, voices calling. The river roared, the town stood tall, and together we survived it all. Reclaim the river, the story is ours to write. Reclaim the river, standing in the light. The water keeps moving, but so do we. Reclaim the river and reclaim our destiny. Over Crow Creek, the black oak touched the sky, and the river finally looked smaller than the people standing by. She lived where the dirt road ended, past the pine lines in the county sign. In a cabin built from old cypress that time had left behind. Folks said she healed the broken with nothing but a touch, a prayer, whispered promise when life became too much. The farmers came with troubles, the miners came with pain, the mothers came with heartache, and somehow left changed. Nobody knew a story or where she learned those ways. She appeared one summer morning and simply stayed. The wind moved softly as the trees bowed low, and every road seemed to lead where she'd go. Saint of the backwoods, standing in the light. Saint of the backwoods, guiding through the night when the world gets heavy and hope feels far away. Saint of the backwoods shows another way. Swallowed fences and crashed against the shore. The town was trapped by water, and fear spread through the rain. But she walked into the darkness like she wasn't afraid. She led the children uphill through the storm and rising tide. By the break of morning, every soul was still alive. Some called it a miracle, some called it a luck or fate, but everyone remembered what happened on that day. The thunder rolled, the church bell rang, and every heart spoke her name. Saint of the backwoods, standing in the light. Saint of the backwoods, guiding through the night when the world gets heavy and hope feels far away. Saint of the backwoods shows another way. Stomping, chains swinging, storm clouds breaking, voices singing. The river calmed, the sky turned gold, and another legend began to unfold. Through the rain, the cabin stands among the pines. The dirt road fades from sight, and some swear they still see her beneath the moonlight. by the boat ramp, keys still hanging in the door. The engine cold, the radio silent, like it had seen this all before. The river was high that autumn, black as coal beneath the rain, and nobody could explain why you go out there again. Oh man, walking through those waters, better than anybody alive. 40 years chasing catfish and teaching sons how to survive. But on that night the river called him, and he followed without a sound, leaving nothing but questions floating where he wasn't found. The current moves, the willows sway, and some names vanish without a trace. The river took him down where the black water runs. The river took him beneath the fading sun. No goodbye letter, no final prayer to give. The river took him, and the river never gives back what it gets. For weeks they searched the backwaters, dragging chains through the mud. Helicopters cross the sky, looking for a sign of blood. The preacher said it was God's timing, the sheriff said it was fate. But the people who knew that river said it had a different face. Some swear they still see Walker standing on the opposite shore, watching boats drift through the fog, like he's waiting for something more. Maybe it's grief talking, maybe it's whiskey and pain, or maybe the river keeps pieces of everyone it claims. The moon hangs low, the reeds lean in, and the river remembers every soul it's taken. The river took him down where the black water runs. The river took him beneath the fading sun. No goodbye letter, no final prayer to give. The river took him, and the river never gives back what it gets. Boots stomping, chains dragging, fog rolling, night falling. The river keeps moving and never explains why some men return and some remain. The river took him, but his story still survives in every old fisherman and every back road now. The river took him, but his legend still remains, riding through the black water like thunder before the rain. The sunrise touched the shoreline, the mist began to thin, and somewhere beyond the cypress trees, the river still carried him. plains. The midwife crossed herself twice, said she'd never seen a sky that black. The preacher called it bad luck, said the devil might be riding that track. Mama laughed and held me closer, said a storm's just weather and wind. But the old folks kept on talking, like trouble had finally moved in. Every flood that hit this valley, every shadow I couldn't shake, got blamed on the night I was born and the choices I would make. The river rolls, the thunder rolls, some stories get told before you're old. Born under black water, beneath the storm-torn sky. Born under black water, but I was born to survive. They can blame the river, they can blame the rain. Born under black water, but I won't carry the shame. By 16 I was fighting, by 18 I was gone, chasing every bad decision that could prove them wrong. I crossed state lines and county roads, worked fields and factory floors, met saints in roadside diners and demons behind locked doors. Everywhere I went I heard it, that whisper from back home. The storm still follows that boy around, no matter where he roams. Then one night beside the river, with the moon hanging low, I realized the curse wasn't mine, it was the fear they'd always known. The current moves, the years pass by, but truth survives every lie. Born under black water, beneath the storm-torn sky. Born under black water, but I was born to survive. They can blame the river, they can blame the rain. Born under black water, but I won't carry the shame. Moose stomping, water rising, chains rattling, lightning striking. The river don't care who wins or loses, the storm don't care what story you choose. Born under black water, and stronger than before. Every flood that tried to drown me only taught me more. Born under black water, but the darkness lost its claim. The storm may be my birthplace, but it ain't my name. The river rolled toward morning, the clouds began to break, and for the first time in my life, I left the past awake. stone, a name that opened old doors, but never felt like my own.
Folks around Crow Creek knew it long before they knew my face. Whispered it across the diner like it carried a different weight.
The preacher spoke it carefully, the sheriff watched his tone. Everywhere that name would travel, the rumors weren't far behind.
Some said it built this valley, some said it burned it down. Some called it a blessing,
some called it curse of ground. The louder they spoke it,
the less it felt the same.
Like an empty church on Sunday,
echoing a hollow name.
the hollow name.
Still hanging over me,
The hollow name.
like a ghost I couldn't see.
Every road I travel,
Every mile I claim,
I'm trying to become more than a hollow name.
I found an old black ledger hidden underneath the stairs, filled with debts and promises and truths nobody shared. The man before me chased power, the man before me chased gold.
But somewhere in the process,
Their stories all grew cold.
'cause a name without honor ain't worth the ink it's written in, and a legacy built on fear eventually caves in.
That's when I stopped running from the shadow I've been given and started building something that was actually worth living.
The river keeps moving,
The black oak still stands
but a name means nothing
without the man.
The hollow name.
Still hanging over me,
The hollow name.
like a ghost I couldn't see.
Every road I travel,
Every mile I claim,
I'm trying to become more than a hollow name. Chains rattling,
church bells calling,
old walls shaking.
legends falling,
A bloodline ain't a destiny.
and a story can be changed,
The past may write the first chapter,
but it don't own every page.
the hollow name.
Ain't holding me tonight,
The hollow name.
lost its grip in the light.
I'll leave behind a legacy that nobody can shame.
And maybe someday
This won't be a hollow name.
the church bell rang at sunrise,
The river whispered low,
and the weight I'd carried for years
finally let me go. our hands. We've buried fathers, raised up children, watched old roads disappear, built new dreams from broken pieces, and carried hope through fear. The church still stands above the valley, the bell still owns the night, the river still remembers names, but the town still holds the line. Every scar upon these buildings, every mark upon these souls, tells a story of survival more than anybody knows. The years roll on, the seasons change, but some things live beyond the name. What remains of us when the dust finally falls? What remains of us when the echo stops its call? It's the love we leave behind, it's the promises we trust when the world keeps moving on. It's what remains of us. The devil's cut still ages slowly in the barrels by the creek. Magnolia blooms every summer along the old dirt street. The land glows among the cypress, the widow walks the shore, and every legend that we've carried lives forevermore. The preacher's daughter is still running somewhere beneath the stars. The saint still walks the backwoods, healing invisible scars, and every story that came before us still echoes in the wind. Not as chains to hold us down, but as places we have been. The moon shines bright, the black oak sways, and every memory lights the way. What remains of us when the dust finally falls? What remains of us when the echo stops its call? It's the love we leave behind, it's the promises we trust when the world keeps moving on. It's what remains of us. Boots stomping, chains breaking, church bells ringing, daylight waking, the river flowing, the town still standing, every chapter leading here. What remains of us ain't written on a stone. What remains of us lives in hearts alone. The storms may come tomorrow, but tonight is enough to raise a glass together to what remains of us. The sun sank beyond Crow Creek, the black oak touched the sky, and every road that brought us here finally made sense tonight. Mm-hmm. Nobody rang that church bell, not since the winter of '79, when the old preacher passed away and left the steeple behind. The robes were cut and withered, the tower locked for years, yet every now and then at midnight the bell still reached our ears. Some blame the wind from the river, some blame the ghost of the town. Some said the Lord was calling when darkness settled down. I never paid attention till the night it called my name, and nothing in Crow Creek would ever feel the same. The moon hung low, the cold wind blew, and that lonely bell cut right through. Church bell at midnight, ringing through the dark. Church bell at midnight, like a fire in my heart. Every note a warning, every echo a sign. Church bell at midnight, calling me tonight. I followed that sound through the back roads, past the black oak by the creek, past the old graveyard gates and the hill where shadows sleep. The tower stood abandoned, wrapped in ivy and time, but the bell kept ringing louder with every step of mine. Inside I found a journal hidden beneath the stairs, filled with prayers and confessions and the burdens people bear. The final page was written the night the preacher died. It said, when hope feels lost, let this bell be your guide. The pages turned, the candle burned, and every lesson finally returned. Church bell at midnight, ringing through the dark. Church bell at midnight, like a fire in my heart. Every note a warning, every echo a sign. Church bell at midnight, calling me tonight. Boots stomping, chains rattling, bell ringing, night unraveling. The tower shook, the thunder rolled, but the truth inside was worth more than gold. Church bell at midnight, still echoing today. Church bell at midnight, showing me the way. The road gets lonely, but I don't walk blind. Since that church bell at midnight changed my life. Changed my life. The dawn touched the steeple, the river drifted by, and the bell fell silent beneath the Tennessee sky.
7 generations carried it through floods, droughts, and wars.
Passed from hand to withered hand, like the stories before. Every page smells like tobacco, dust and Tennessee rain.
Every name beside a day
Carried glory, loss, and pain.
Grandma said our blood runs stubborn, like the river after storms.
And every man in our family
Was born to weather more.
the roots go
Deeper than the eye can see,
and every shadow still follows me. 7 generations deep,
running through my soul,
7 generations deep.
like fire beneath the cold.
The past ain't gone,
It's living in my veins,
7 generations deep.
still calling out my name.
One fought in a foreign country, one built the church on the hill.
One spent half his life running,
From mistakes that haunt him still.
one made whiskey in the swamp, one preached every Sunday night.
One disappeared without a trace.
Under pale moonlight,
Some were saints and some were sinners. Most were somewhere in between.
but everyone left something
For the next bloodline to keep.
and standing in their footsteps, I can finally understand
We're all just temporary keepers.
of a much older plan.
The black oak remembers, the river still knows, the truth survives long after we go. 7 generations deep,
Running through my soul,
7 generations deep.
like fire beneath the cold.
The past ain't gone,
It's living in my veins,
7 generations deep.
still calling out my name.
Boots stomping, church bells ringing,
Chains rattling, voices singing.
7 generations standing here tonight.
Every ghost behind me pushing me toward the light.
7 generations deep, and the story isn't done.
I'll leave my own chapter
For another father, son. 7 generations deep,
stronger than regret.
the bloodline keeps moving.
And it ain't finished yet.
The sun broke through the valley,
The church bell rang again,
and I felt 7 generations
walking in the wind.
of Crow Creek, where the current runs slow and deep. Old fishermen avoid that place, and the locals rarely speak.
A rusted bell hangs from a cypress, swinging when there ain't no wind. And every child around these parts gets warned not to go in.
My grandfather called it Hollow Bend, said the river remembers names. Every flood leaves something behind, and nothing leaves the same.
They say beneath that black water, past the mud and tangled roots, lie the bones of forgotten stories and long forgotten truths.
The river whispers,
the moon turns pale,
and every legend
leaves a trail.
bones beneath the water,
Sleeping in the dark,
bones beneath the water.
still beating like a heart.
The river hides the secrets,
The river guards the blame,
bones beneath the water.
still calling out our names.
One summer night I took a lantern and followed the river down past the old church ruins and the edge of town.
The fog grows thick around me, like ghosts from years before.
And somewhere in the distance I heard that rusted bell once more.
Then the water started moving, though the wind was standing still, like something deep beneath it had awakened with a will.
I saw boards and wagon wheels half buried in the clay, remnants of a settlement the river washed away.
The shadow shifted,
The reeds leaned low,
and every answer
refused to show. Bones beneath the water,
sleeping in the dark,
bones beneath the water.
still beating like a heart.
The river hides the secrets,
The river guards the blame,
bones beneath the water.
still calling out our names.
Boots stomping,
Chains dragging,
fog rising,
night cracking,
the bell kept ringing.
the black water sway,
Some things get buried,
but never fade.
bones beneath the water.
Not every ghost is gone,
Bones beneath the water.
their memory lingers on.
The river keeps the stories,
Long after we're the same,
bones beneath the water.
still whispering
Sunday, though the funeral was years ago. Sat alone beneath the pine trees where the cold river flows. The people in Crow Creek whisper every time she passed them by, 'cause grief had carved its signature deep behind her eyes. Her husband disappeared one winter when the river broke its banks. Nobody ever came back home. No answers, no thanks, and just an empty chair at supper and a photograph on the wall. The kind of silence that grows louder every time night falls. The wind blew cold, the church bell cried, and every memory stayed alive. Widow Crow Creek, standing in the rain. Widow Crow Creek, still carrying the pain. The river stole a man away, but never took his name. Widow Crow Creek, still calling through the rain. She kept a silver locket wrapped in velvet worn thin. Inside was a faded picture of who he'd once been. Every Friday at sunset, she walked down to the shore, leaving wild magnolias where she'd stood before. Some called it devotion, some called it a curse, but love don't always disappear just because it hurts. And though the years kept moving like the current downstream, part of her still lived beside him in a half-forgotten dream. The moon hung low, the reeds swayed slow, and the river carried what she never let go. Widow Crow Creek, standing in the rain. Widow Crow Creek, still carrying the pain. The river stole a man away, but never took his name. Widow Crow Creek, still calling through the rain. Boots stomping, chains swinging, church bells ringing, night singing. The silver locket open, the river whisper low. Some hearts keep waiting long after they know. Widow Crow Creek, stronger than before. Widow Crow Creek, still watching from the shore. The river keeps its secrets, the years keep rolling on, but the widow of Crow Creek still keeps the flame alive. The sunset touch, the water, the church bell rang once more, and she placed another magnolia beside the river's shore. grandfather wore it proudly, like a badge forged out of My father carried it quietly, like a wound that wouldn't heal. That name hangs over Crow Creek, painted on an old store sign, faded by the years and weather, but still refusing to die. Every town has a story, every family has a past. Some spend their whole lives running from shadows built to last. I spent years on the highway trying to leave it all behind, but every road kept turning back toward that county line. The miles rolled by, the engines roared, but some things wait at your front door. The name they left me ain't just letters on a page. The name they left me carries every scar and age. I can curse it, I can fight it, I can try to walk away, but the name they left me still lives in me today. I found a box inside the attic, covered in Tennessee dust, filled with photographs and stories of people I should trust. There were heroes and there were sinners, dreamers and broken men. Some built barns and churches, some never made amends. And looking through those memories, I finally understood a name ain't what defines you, it's what you choose to do with it. The past can hand you a burden or a reason to stand tall. The difference comes down to whether you answer the call. The river flows, the black oak stands, and every future starts in your hands. The name they left me ain't just letters on a page. The name they left me carries every scar and age. I can curse it, I can fight it, I can try to walk away, but the name they left me still lives in me today. Stomping, chains breaking, old walls fall in daylight, waking. The sign still hangs, but now I see the name dawn on me. It walks with me. The name they left me now feels a little less heavy. The name they left me built from blood and memory. I'll carry it forward, but I'll write my own story. The name they left me won't be the end of me. The sun set over Crow Creek, the store sign caught the flame, and for the first time in my life, I was proud to say my name. Mama carved a name in a black oak barrel back when the river still ran wild. Said, boy, this wood remembers everything, even the tears I never cried. Down in the smoke of the copper still, where the angels took their share, there was always something left behind, floating heavy in the air. Grandpa called it the devil's cut, the part that never comes back home, the whiskey lost inside the timber, the things a man can't own.
Every generation leaves a mark, every generation pays a cost. Some inherit land and fortune,
some inherit what got lost. I'm drinking from the devil's cut, a little blood, a little rust, a little pain passed down to me, mixed into this Tennessee dust.
the black oak cracked like thunder when I finally spoke my name.
I'm drinking from the devil's cut,
But I won't leave here the same.
the barrel sat there through the winters, holding secrets in the grain. Every scar along its surface looked a lot like family pain. Mama said, don't fear your shadows, just don't let them lead the way, 'cause every curse can lose its power
When somebody chooses to stay.
The river kept on rolling south, the years kept rolling too, but the stories trapped inside that wood,
We're finally breaking through.
I hear the ghosts inside the silence, but they don't own me anymore. The inheritance I carried ain't
The inheritance I leave for sure.
I'm drinking from the devil's cut, a little blood, a little rust, a little pain passed down to me,
Mixed into this Tennessee dust.
the black oak crack like thunder when I finally
Spoke my name.
I'm drinking from the devil's cut,
But I won't leave here the same.
every family has a barrel,
Every family has a flame,
something hidden in the darkness,
something nobody wants to name.
but I came here for redemption.
Not another chain to drag.
The devil took his portion,
Now I'm taking mine back.
I'm drinking from the devil's cut,
But it ain't drinking me tonight.
the black oak gave me answers,
Oh, the whiskey gave me sight.
the barrel holds the old stories.
But I get to choose the end.
I'm drinking from the devil's cut,
And breaking the curse again.
Mama's mark is still there,
Deep inside the oak
and the last thing the barrel taught me
was how to let go, 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 go.
black oak standing on the ridge, older than the church and the county line. His roots run deep through red clay earth, just like this blood of mine.
Grandpa said that tree remembers every name that's come and gone, every man who left this valley, and everyone who carried on.
Lightning struck it back in '63, split his heart, but it survived. The old folks swore that stubborn tree kept our family alive.
The branches bend, the roots hold fast. Some things are stronger than the weight of the past.
Black Oak Bloodline
running through my veins, through every loss and every lesson, through every storm and every rain.
Black Oak Bloodline,
born from earth and time.
the tree may stand upon that hill,
But his roots still live inside.
My father carved his initials there, beside his daddy's name. 3 generations in the bark, trying to leave a flame.
I used to think I'd leave this place and never look behind, but every road kept leading back to what I couldn't leave behind. One day my name will join the others, carved beneath that weathered crown, and another restless soul will wonder if he should stay or leave this town.
Black Oak Bloodline,
Stronger than regret. Every scar became a chapter the old tree won't forget.
Black Oak Bloodline,
Standing through it all.
and long after I'm gone,
Those roots will still be strong.
she stepped into Crow Creek one July with a black magnolia in her hair. The whole town stopped talking, like they felt something in the air. She rented the house by the river, the one nobody wanted to buy. The porch sag low with secrets, and the windows watched the sky. Nobody knew where she came from, nobody knew her name before, but every man in the county found a reason to pass the door. The preacher warned about temptation, the sheriff said stay away, but warnings don't mean much same. She danced alone at the roadhouse while the jukebox played too loud. Never smiled for attention, never needed a crowd. And no guitar player swore he heard her singing by the creek, a melody so haunting it kept him up for weeks. Some called her a widow, some called her a runaway bride. Some said she'd buried a man, some said all three had died. But every rumor grew bigger with every passing night, 'cause mystery burns brighter than any neon light. The river rolled, the moon hung low, and nobody knew what she really knows. Magnolia Black, like a fire in the rain. Magnolia Black, running wild through every vein. She walked in like thunder and left a hurricane. Magnolia Black, nobody was the same. Boots stomping, chain swinging, jukebox screaming, night singing. A black magnolia on the floorboards laying by the next sunrise. She'd slipped away. Magnolia Black, gone without a trace. Magnolia Black, still haunting this place. The river keeps flowing, but the legend remains. Magnolia Black, still running through our veins. The porch still faces the river, the magnolia tree still grows, and every summer somebody asks where Magnolia Black goes. Windows broken by the years, a place where old revival songs had disappeared into the air. But down beyond the graveyard where the black river bends, folks still gathered after dark when they needed to begin again.
No preacher in a white collar, no choir dressed in black, just moonlight on the water and sinners who came back.
Some carried whiskey on their breath,
some carried blood on their head,
some carried things too heavy
for anyone to understand.
The river waited, cold and deep, like it knew the secrets we keep. Midnight baptism
under a haunted sky.
Midnight baptism,
where the broken come alive.
wash away the shadows,
let the black water decide.
Midnight baptism, on the riverside. from Louisiana stepped into the current first. Said he'd spent 10 years running from a family curse.
A widow from Crow Creek Hollow held her lantern to her chest, praying all the ghosts she'd carried would finally let her rest.
One by one they entered
the river dark as coal,
not looking for perfection,
just trying to save a soul.
The water wasn't magic,
and the scars didn't disappear,
but somehow when they came back out,
the burden felt less severe.
The moon burned silver,
The reeds swayed slow,
and every heart
there started to let go.
midnight baptism,
Under a haunted sky,
midnight baptism,
where the broken come alive.
wash away the shadows,
Let the black water decide.
midnight baptism, on the riverside. Boots stomping,
Chains rattling,
river rising,
voices traveling,
the church bell silent,
the river sang,
and every lost soul called out a name. Midnight baptism,
the river knows the truth,
midnight baptism.
for the old and for the youth.
You can't erase the past,
But you can't stop the fight.
midnight baptism. Changed me that night. Hey. The dawn touched the water,
The fog drifted away
and the river kept flowing.
like it always would.